fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
Rage 2 is an impressionist's view of how woke culture affects future society. Everyone looks the same as men and women fist one another on the streets, with all ladders and wheels painted pink. The roads have obnoxious purple arrows and beams of light in the distance. Okay, I'll back up. Rage 2 starts strong with a gritty narration of the troubling events between Rage 1 and 2. Expectations plummet when you choose your gender, grab your gun, and the other character dies trying to secure the door, with nobody giving two shits. You control some punk, with you both exchanging one-liners like two hipsters at an anime convention. The tone shifts between goofy and serious like a pendulum. Some generic soldier appears who is apparently a big deal, but predictably dies quick. Do our two protagonists show any anguish towards the death of a great hero? Of course not. Instead, our two sociopaths exchange backhanded comments like, "So much for him," and "he can't heal from that," before excitedly stealing his flesh-soaked gear. How do I relate to these characters? Some combat and quips later we meet the boss, who had mistake for a man if she didn't speak. We hard cut the old baldy Iron Man who later kills manly Granny. If the main characters can be aloof, why can't I? From here on, Rage 2 finally adopts a serious but non-po-faced tone. Grab your ranger gear and drive Kit's wife out into the big bad world. The large open landscape is a reimagining of Rage 1's more tight-knit areas of bandit camps, artillery, defense towers and roadblocks. More of Rage 2's problems present themselves here. The talking car does my head in so much, I find another ride as soon as I can, even though it's slower and I can't regenerate. Unfortunately, you can't have too much fun in your motor or you pay the price. All I wanted was to drive full throttle off a cliff, land 50 feet below and keep ticking like in Fast and Furious. Of course what happened is the car exploded and I died. Typical modern day game, putting realism over fun. Yellow diamonds above you act as a map radar, which is a necessary evil given the massive landmass, but the obnoxious purple arrows plastered on the roads imprint ugly blemishes on the realistic desolate world. After I did the main quests and got used to the world, I stopped targeting spots on the map and just explored so I wouldn't have to look at the arrows. Watching Solid Rev's review, I learned beams of light radiate at different points of the world. Yes, I didn't notice them. Even with glasses, I am blind. I completed Rage 2 without visiting most of them, which was a mistake. These are arcs which provide a special ability or new weapon, adding versatility to combat. I recommend buying all the maps of each town to find arcs and arc chests in the world to kit yourself out before completing a story. Open any storage containers on the way too. It's a shame Rage 2 doesn't place these of higher importance above the overindulgence of minor side quests. Several formulaic side quests need a good slogging to unlock the second half of the story. These typically involve finding arcs, destroying all enemies, canisters or watchtowers, basic bitch stuff. Completing side quests unlocks smaller abilities which also are fun to use. It's a shame I have to complete so many samey quests to cut out my character. Upon powering up, I changed the difficulty from hard to nightmare so the enemies don't fall down too easy. I kept Rage 1 on the highest difficulty throughout, but despite its name, it's a completely different game. There's a few weak plot links tying the games together, like two characters being the offspring of the founders of Rage 1, and Mutant Bash TV where the fat conductor stands down for somebody's horny granny. But Rage doesn't weave a carefully constructed story. Rage 2 attempts one, but it takes a backseat to the gameplay, which is a positive in my book. While the major story is engaging, the side characters put me to sleep. Except these two flamboyant chaps. During cutscenes, the main cast engages one another with body language. However, the side characters only move their mouths and sometimes their voices don't match their models. I regret listening to their long diatribes of how times are hard and they need my help. If you want more side quests, talk to them, but there's already plenty to do. The meat and bones of Rage 2 presents itself upon entering bandit camps, with bandit hordes who hoard all the stuff. More abilities allows more experimentation in combat. You don't have to shoot behind cover all the time. Fight with guns, rockets, the force, you name it. Enemies try to flank on higher difficulties rather than wait for you to push through. I just wish they wouldn't kept saying, "We ain't scared of you." Like Rage 1, environmental destruction is impressive. Anything lying around is shootable, like bottles and cans, though the former don't smash. Get your mind out of the gutter. Must have bulletproof glass. Fruit and veg make a satisfying squelch when shot and explode into juicy bits. I can't believe Rage 1 let you shoot through a tiny hole in a gate back in 2011 on the PS3 and 360, which most modern games still don't allow, and probably never will. The world also shines, brimming of detail and life. Vehicles will occasionally pass on the road, be it friend or foe, painting an accurate apocalyptic setting. Friendly NPCs ruin the illusion a bit when they keep appearing for a race or selling goods, but Avalanche Studios and ID Software get an A for effort in my book. When I first started Rage 2, it crashed every 20 minutes until I turned VSync off, which fixed the problem but causes mild screen tearing. Even after that, there were game freezes and occasional crashes. After optimization, Rage 2 only freezes until I change VSync to soft or off. This probably depends on your PC parts, so what happens to me may not happen to you. In game design, the larger the world, the more difficult it is to cover up the cracks. Obviously Rage 2 fares well, but I found some. In a few of the main game's cutscenes, a character is invisible, making me believe the first time I met John Marshall, he was a senile old man. Later in the gay bar, a poltergeist manipulates torches. However, when I actually went to record the footage on my second playthrough, these issues were all gone. And not even because of an update, making me look the liar. Must be the luck of the draw. I came across another glitch where I killed all the enemies and I still didn't pass the mission. In this area, enemies died running up to me. In another camp, an enemy got stuck in a hole, so I had to find and kill him to pass the mission. Travel far enough in the world and you'll find cardboard animals. Did the devs include these PS1 models as a joke, or did they just forget to remove the placeholders? Do I regret completing Rage 2? No, I'm just a miserable old boomer, according to Zoomers, even though it doesn't make any sense because I'm only 30, who like to pick everything apart. In the saturated genre of first-person shooters, Rage 2 impressively stands out. Despite getting mixed reviews on Steam, which is harsh considering a lot of shite like Garfield Kart gets peddled by mostly positive reviews. I haven't played that game, but I've heard bad things about it. If you know to go after all the arcs and arc chests as soon as possible to unlock weapons and superhuman abilities, Rage 2 is a fun toy box to explore. The hovercraft is like the speedboat and Wind Waker HD, cutting out time travel considerably. Only you travel by air rather than sea. Rage 2 has no sea I can see. Even if you complete Rage 2 without a guide, the main story's a bit short, but it's a blast. Don't let the critics scare you away. Fun fact, one of the main guys, Kazar, talks through his mutants instead of him. I actually thought this was a clever part of the game where he was so old that he programmed his mutant to talk for him so he wouldn't have to expend himself, but according to Wikipedia this might be a glitch or an engine limitation. I prefer him being too lazy to open his mouth, so he programmed his robot to do it for him, which is similar to what a lot of IT guys would do if they could get away with it. I give Rage 2 a 4 out of 5. It has a lot of technical issues like glitches and some UI stuff I don't like either, but if you can work past all the glitches, it's actually a really good game. Don't let people's reviews impressionate your thoughts. Try it yourself. Most of you will have a good time with it. Thanks for watching. Hello guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more videos.